Oh, no. Oh,
Good morning. Were you trying to do the Danny Tanner thing? No, that's a wake up. Wake up. Doo-doo. Good morning. Today is the citywide garage sale for Rogersville.
Will not be
And I guess, do you have kids today? You like daycare kids? So you can't go shopping. Your mom could go shopping, though. She could come down to my house and do some shopping. Take my stuff.
She probably would.
Take my stuff. My shirt looks incredibly big, and I'm thinking now that I grabbed Phil's, because Phil and I have the same shirt, and I'm thinking I grabbed his instead, because I'm like, it feels great. It feels really comfortable. But I just grabbed a t-shirt today because I was going to be getting the yard sale stuff ready. And then, which I'd heard on the radio a couple weeks ago, it said like so many % of moms, like 80% of moms wish that they could clone themselves. And I'm like, you know what? And then now every time a scenario comes up, I always tell Phil, this is a moment when I would clone myself. I would clone myself to come over and do the show. And then I would clone another one of me, maybe not clone, but keep my original back at the house working on yard sale stuff. But my mom's there holding down the fort, and Phil. So we'll see how it goes, if they can manage the money.
Fine.
But I've had a crazy week. So we bought the condo, Phil and I bought an investment property down in Branson and just closed on it this week. And, it came fully furnished. They were obviously it was set up to sell that way, and was so amazing. And we thought, we don't have to do a lot. We had to do a lot.
Of course you're going to have to do
We had to do a lot.
Property.
Well, and it's literally like running a hotel. Like it's because you have to get the toilet paper, and you have to get the paper towels, and
you have to have some sort of amenities
all
there
the stuff. Yeah. And then you have to have the dish, stuff for the dishwasher, which our dishwasher is not currently working. And then we have to go back down there and figure that out. Anyways, and then Phil's meeting the internet people today. Anyways, it's a lot of work. But
when are you going to list it?
Well, it's just paperwork now. We're waiting on paperwork to come in the snail mail. And so once the paperwork comes in the mail, then we have to use we have to send a copy of that to apply for another piece of paper. And so whenever we originally, like 3 weeks ago, started the process, we waited because it said it'll come in the mail 5 to 7 business days. Well, we waited 7 days, and 7 business days never came. So Phil called and he goes, what's the deal? And she goes, you filled out the form wrong. So then we had to refill out the form, try again. But so now So now it's been probably 7 days. And so now we're just like twiddling our thumbs, like waiting for it to come in the mail.
Did I fill it out wrong again?
Who knows?
I don't know.
I know. Well, actually, the lady on the phone helped him this time. So that was good. But anyways, so now we're just waiting on a piece of paper. And obviously, we got to fix the dishwasher and get the internet and cable. And then after that, it's going to be live,
I'm gonna
baby.
have to stay up there this summer.
I know, I'm telling you. So we're going to share it. We'll share the little link and stuff on Facebook. It's really cute. It's just a little 1-bedroom condo. It sleeps 4.
Well, that view you posted.
Girl, that view.
I was like,
it's so pretty.
I'm gonna have to go
so it's actually a
there.
pond right there. But, it's when you're down there in that area, you're right next to the water at all times, because you're like a couple minutes away from the marina. You can go down there and I think you can probably feed ducks and stuff like that, feed the fishies and stuff. So it's really cute. And Phil and I are like, dang, like we want to be down here. We want to mark off all these days and be down here ourselves. You know what I mean?
You'll be able to use it.
Well, listen, now we've got 2 mortgages. So we're just looking to break even. So we're not going to mark off any days until we meet. Until we've met.
Are you going to list it on Airbnb and VRBO?
So probably not VRBO right now. Phil's had a reason for that. I don't know if they take a bigger percentage or something like that. So anyways, we're just looking to break even. It's about the long-term investment. We are not trying to get rich or anything. We're just thinking about the boys, in the future and all that stuff. So that has been all this week. We've been doing all that and all that stuff. And then the boys had their first sleepover. So adorable.
It was the cutest
in the middle of
thing.
strep throat. Mind you, they were all so did you literally line them all up and give them all their medicine?
And then I did the same thing the next morning. I was like, medicine time. And they're like, ooh, medicine. And I'm like, you guys are weird.
Is Aiden still on his? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's right, because he did come in there yesterday and he said, we all have bubble gum, is what he said. He said, we all have bubble gum medicine. He said, but mine's white. Because all the rest of them are pink.
About it, that his and Andrew's is white, but Parker and Alex's are pink.
Oh, no.
So we were like, no, it is bubble gum. It's just not pink. Oh. Can I please have the bubble gum one? I said, I'm giving you the one that the doctor did for you.
Right, the one that has your name on it. Yeah, the little bottle that has your name on it.
It's medicine. Just take it.
Sad story about Aiden yesterday. Oh, broke my heart. Okay, so you said, okay, send them back, and they're going to do a walk or whatever. So Alex and Parker and Aiden were at my house, and so they had just finished a snack, and Megan said, send them down. We're going to go around the block. So I said, okay, boys, finish your snack and let's go. So I'm holding Lane. Phil is outside with the leaf blower because he had just mowed, and he has the leaf blower that plugs in. So he has a long extension cord. You see where I'm going with this. Long extension cord. So I'm standing here holding Lane. All the boys take off running. Well, at the time that Aiden ran over, the extension cord was laying on the ground. Well, Phil's got his back turned. He goes to pull the cord, and Aiden, and he tripped over it, and I mean hit his knee.
Well, he said that he fell, but I thought he fell on the sidewalk as he was coming back.
No. So he hit his knee. Well, I'm like up near the, in the garage or whatever, and I saw it happen, and he had big old crocodile tears. He like stood up and goes, and like looked at me, and I was like, honey, but then he goes, and just took off running because the older boys took off running. And he's like, wait for me. Oh, wait for me. So he took off running, and I couldn't like run after him because I had Lane, and I'm like, Aiden, are you okay?
Aiden, get back.
I know, but he was like, they're running, I gotta keep up with them. He just cried the whole way up to your house.
Well, when he got there, he looks at Curtis and I, and he goes, and he walks up and just hugs Curtis, and we're like, what's wrong? And he's like, I fell on my knee. And we were like,
he did.
Okay, buddy, because I thought that he was running on the sidewalk and then just fell down.
No, I watched it all happen. And it was just a freak thing because he didn't expect for the cord to come up, and Phil didn't know he was back there, and the boys were running, and it was like, okay, there's a lot going on. Anyways, but I thought, well, I guess he's fine because he's running. So,
no broken bones.
Yeah.
We're all good.
I guess that's all good. So, anyways.
The night that Parker was over, they wanted to watch Sonic 2. Well,
again, Parker's watched it probably.
Well, while we were
19
sitting
times.
there, the boys were calming down, and Parker just starts standing up, and he's like walking around the couches, and we're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I just don't want to sit." And we were like, "Okay, well, we're calming down because we're gonna go to sleep."
Did you give him a melatonin gummy? Okay. I almost sent one, but I thought, oh, no, she got some.
I did give him one because the boys had one, and he's like...
Well, and they had to because I'm sure they were wound
I know,
up.
but then I was like, should I have texted Cassie?
Oh, no. We do it too, yeah.
So I gave them one, but he was like walking around the couch, and I'm like, Parker, just sit down. And he's like, can we go outside? And I'm like, Parker, it's almost 9 o'clock. I'm like, we're going to watch the movie a little bit, and you guys can finish it in the morning, and then you're going to go to sleep. He's like, oh, no. And I'm like, but you guys can play out there right away in the morning. Like, that's fine. Yeah. And so he's walking around the couch, and we're both like, what are you doing? And he's just like, I just wanted to look at the toys. And I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden he comes up to me, and he goes, is it time for bed? And I was like, yeah, we're about to go to sleep. And he's like, standing there, and I'm like, come here, buddy. So then he sat on my lap for like 10 minutes and just sat on my lap. And
So
watched
was he
the
like
movie.
trying to walk, like just make his way back to the bedroom?
No, he was walking around the couch.
But like, why though?
I don't know. I just think he had like ants in his pants. Like he didn't want to sit down.
I was gonna say maybe his pants were wet because sometimes he won't sit, you know. But like if you guys were playing in something, and then
we already had
but
PJs on.
Oh, weird.
And he was just like,
Or I thought maybe he needed to like go to the
I
bathroom
don't
and
know.
he
Then
wanted
he's
privacy.
like standing behind the couch looking at the TV, and then he moved to the other side of the couch, and then he sat on the rug with their McDonald's toys.
What is he doing?
I don't know. He just is like, it seemed like he just didn't, like he wanted to play. And
Weird.
I had the other three on the couch, and so then I'm like, can we go to sleep? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to go to sleep. And Alex is like, it's about to be the dance scene. Can we finish the dance scene first, and then we'll go to sleep? And I'm like, yeah. So we all sat down, and Parker sat on my lap.
Oh.
And I was like,
did he lean his head on your shoulder too?
no,
Okay.
he was just kind of sitting there. But then the next day, they like come into, I was doing something in my room. I think I was folding laundry. And Parker comes in and goes, it's a beautiful day, and we were playing my iPad, and now I want to go outside, and Alex doesn't want to. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm like,
I don't understand why he just doesn't, like, he won't do anything unless Alex wants to do it.
yeah. And then I was like,
It's like, dude, just let Alex play on that and go outside.
yeah. So I was like, come here, buddy. And he climbed into my bed, and then he puts his head on my shoulder, and I was like, it's okay. And then I was like, Alex. And Alex comes in and goes, Parker, look, level 9. And Parker's like, what? Level 9? And I was like,
And then just like that, they're back to
2
normal.
minutes, we're going outside. So then
Yeah.
they did 2 minutes. And Aiden goes, it's been 2 minutes. Can we go outside now? And I was like, yes, let's all go. Like, you guys need to go outside. And Alex is like, but we were outside all morning, and I was just relaxing. And I'm like, well, you've been relaxing for 30 minutes. Go outside. And they went outside, and then they were all going down the slide. And, like, Parker was at the top of the slide. Aiden would hang on, and they would go down the slide, and they would switch.
Speaking of, I saw them whenever I looked out my back window yesterday, and all three of them were, like going down the slide together. They weren't like facing each other. I think one of them was trying to go up, and then two of them were trying to come down. And anyways, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm like,
they did
hey,
that
nobody's screaming, nobody's mad at each other.
45 minutes.
Yeah, you're like,
They just
hey.
kept going down, and then Aiden kept grabbing onto Parker's pants, and
no.
so they were like being pulled down, and they were all laughing. And then Curtis spoke out the window. He's like, Aiden, don't pull down his pants. And Aiden's like, okay. And then he goes up and just grabs on again. And Curtis is like, Aiden, what did I say? And he's like, okay. And then he goes, and his pants like came off.
Oh, no.
His underwear was on. But then Curtis is like, Aiden, last chance. And he's like, for what? Curtis was like,
See, he can
"Don't
get away with
pull
stuff like that
down
because he's
the
so
pants."
cute.
I
It's just this
know.
cute little voice.
I mean, the boys were laughing, but I was like, I can tell though that one of the times he was doing it, he was like, they climb up, then he grabs on to Parker, and Parker like moves his arms, so then Aiden grabs the pants to hold on, and then they like push him off, and he's like laughing his head off, and he slides down.
Okay.
I was like,
Whatever.
what are you guys doing?
I mean,
don't
hey,
even know.
whatever.
I don't even know
Well,
what's
and I
happening.
bought some more water balloons, just for them to have this summer and stuff. We got like a mega pack because I'm like, that'll just keep them busy,
I love it.
And so, of course, Parker saw them, when we were unloading the car and stuff yesterday. So he's like, oh, and I have a water balloon fight. And then Alex was like, no, I don't want to. And so then Parker's like, okay, fine. But Aiden goes, well, I'll have one with you. So I go, okay, well, why don't the two of you? But Parker's like, no, Alex doesn't want to, so I'm not going to. I'm like, okay, but Alex could just sit on the side and watch you guys do it.
Because at first, like, they were all playing, and then Alex comes up to my window, and he goes, Parker won't play with me. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, he's playing with Aiden. He won't play with me. And I'm like, then play with them. And he's like, he was playing with me, and then now he's just playing with Aiden. And he said that he's going to play with Aiden. And I was like, well, that's nice. Parker's playing with your brother. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, go play with them. And he's like,
the things,
fine.
Yeah, the things they complain about. It's so funny.
I'm like, dude, I don't have time.
You're
for
like,
this.
dude, come on. Well, these are friends.
I'm like,
We had
let's
to
go
put him
play.
in. Phil had to put him in timeout because I think were just at each other because they had just spent 24 hours together and purposely agitating, doing things to upset the other one. And then Parker started crying, and so Phil said, "That's enough." I'm like, "Oh no," and he's like, "You sit over there. You sit over there. Stop it." So they sat down, and then of course they get up. They're like sitting there like making faces at each other, and then they get up and they're best friends again. So it's fine.
Well, and I even said that. I said something about. I said something to Alex about fighting, and he's like, "Yeah, Parker and I, we go at it sometimes." And I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "But it's okay because we're brothers." I was like,
But hey, as long as they figure it out, they work it out. I think you said that a long time ago. You said, did they work it out? Because I think I said they got in a fight or something. Did they work it out? I'm like, yeah, no, okay, that's fine.
We're fine.
They'll work it out.
No blood. We're good.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Well, it's a beautiful day for a yard sale, I'm telling you. And another beautiful day for, we went over there to the Time to Loaf a couple weeks ago. Oh, it was, yeah. Oh, we talked about that, how delicious it was.
What time do they open?
I think they open at 9 today, and 9 is today is an open house for them because I think they remodeled.
I wish they opened up sooner than I would.
I know. I wonder though, like they're probably gonna start growing in popularity, you know, because they bought that building, and then I think they remodeled and stuff.
Which building did they buy?
That little Reese and Nichols building. Again, I don't know street names, but it's like down there by the Chamber of Commerce and stuff, and by the railroad tracks.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I'm picturing it.
I don't know I don't know, because it looks like a little reception hall or something like that. You know what I mean? Because I went to a baby shower there once.
Are they in it already or not yet?
So I think they were. I don't think they did much remodeling. I don't know exactly what they did, but they were closed last week. To be honest, Phil tried to go over there and get some breakfast, and then there was a sign that said we're closed for remodel. But they're supposed to be open today for their open house. So it's
I wish they were open
well,
sooner.
But normally they're only open from 9 to 2, I think, on Fridays.
Today's
but
longer, right?
Yeah, so 9 to 6, I believe. And then I think it was like you go after 3 o'clock or something, and maybe they do something special or whatever. So I was trying to pull that up because I had all the information on the flyer. And
let's see, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's right, 9 to 6. Refreshments served from 4 to 6.
Ham and cheese sliders with chips. That sounds good.
Girl, everything there, I'm telling you. So if you've got some time today, go check out Time to Loaf. Down there. You can leave your mom with the kids.
Roll. Maybe I should just go down to the coffee shop and grab a cinnamon roll.
There you go. That's exactly right.
It sounds so good.
So your boys are doing okay with their strep?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Which they never really had some. The only thing that triggered you was his fever.
Yes.
Okay, because that's what Parker had. Parker had a fever, and then, of course, last week.
And then I was like, okay, well, Andrew's been coughing, too, with a runny nose, so might as well take him, and they both had it.
Yeah.
So.
Lovely.
All 4.
Lovely.
Just one after the other.
You know, but that's a good thing that they were all on their antibiotics, and then they could all be around each other again. But anyways, I hated it, though, that Parker had to miss his last day of school. Oh, my gosh. But that picture, though, that I posted of him side by side, did you do that with Alex by chance?
No.
Take a before and after picture? You could
I took an after picture, but I haven't.
You have a before?
Posted. Yeah, I have a before.
Oh, okay.
I just haven't, put it
I'm just
together.
curious how big he's grown because Parker, I mean, I swear he's like a foot taller. I couldn't believe it. In fact, I kept looking at the picture and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm like, is that his preschool picture? Because he looks so little. Even his face, he has like a little baby face. And so, anyways, but I think maybe just kindergarten is just time to, they just grow.
Just start growing.
I know, they just get a little taller each time. That's crazy. So anyways, I was trying to, I did find that. Okay. Yes. Okay. Got that. And then, who's that?
That's Andrew.
Is that today?
No, that was August.
Oh. Well, I feel like he looks the same. I need to see a side by side.
He looks.
Oh my gosh. And we finished Ozark.
Oh, you did?
Yes. And oh my goodness. It was, which Phil and I kind of thought Old Senior Center. Yep. She's got it going on.
I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay. This was.
Marnie, are you going to stay there and watch the kids while Megan goes over there and grabs breakfast? So that was, this was
the first
Alex.
day.
Oh, the first day?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you need to do a side by side. For sure. Hey, and really fast, I was going to say, we have I talked about my segments that we were going to do, and I thought we can have a segment called the Funny Things Kids Say. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and your makeup. I just saw your little makeup thing. How's that going? You just started selling makeup?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you the funny thing Parker said, and then we'll talk about your makeup really quick. And then I got to go because I got to do my yard sale. And I think everyone out here in Rogersville needs to go and see everybody. Mm-hmm. In fact, on the Rogersville Resident, I'm like a squirrel today. On the Rogersville Resident page, I think they had a post, and then they had a bunch of people comment on it and say, like, what their address was and, like, how often or how long they were going to be running their sale today. So, go on there and check that out so you can get a list of where everyone's going to be doing their sale. He does look like a baby. He does look like a baby. Wow.
Look at that.
I know. See, I feel like kindergarten has to be one of those that's like, yeah, they are like a baby and then they're like a teenager. It's like they grow up.
Doesn't look like a baby
I know,
anymore.
I know. And even their
Even
their personalities and stuff, they're just getting so old, you know?
Yeah, there's the growth this year. Okay, so what was your little...
My funny thing, I don't know if I told you this or not. Parker said the funniest thing. Parker is really funny. Alex is really funny. The kids are just really funny, but they just say things and it just makes you laugh. But I drink so much lemonade. I said to Parker not too long last week or whatever, and I said, "Man, I drink so much lemonade." I was like, "I'm going to turn into a lemon," and he goes, "You're going to turn into a lemon, and I'm going to turn into a pizza roll." I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. You are what you eat, right? So it is. Anyways, I just thought that was so funny. There could be a whole show of the funny stuff that Parker says. Like I even have a list going in my phone of things that I want to remember because Phil and I just sometimes just look at each other and just die laughing. I mean, he's just hilarious.
The kids they're on another level. Like
they are.
Alex, it was a while ago and they had called each other a turd. And I was like, I said,
I'm so juvenile. I think that's hilarious.
And I looked at Alex and I go, did you know that the person that actually calls someone a turd is the actual turd?
Oh, that's good.
So now
they argue about it?
No matter what I say. Like I said, it was like 2 nights ago or last night. And I said something like, you guys are being crazy or you guys, whatever the case is. And Alex goes, don't forget. If you call someone crazy, then you're actually crazy. I was like,
you're using my own words against me.
I looked at him and I was like, I knew I shouldn't have said that to you. Because the other day I said something like, Andrew, you're being such a little turd. And Alex goes, uh-oh, you're the turd, Mom. And I'm like, what? And he's like, don't forget, whoever says is a turd is the actual turd. And I was like...
Parker doesn't really use my words against me, but he will... I feel like he's maybe going to be a lawyer or something, like Will Worsham, maybe. He's going to be something because he will not stop until he knows the answer. Why is that over there? Parker, I put it over there because... And my head's going 3 different ways. And so I'm like, I can't explain to you why I'm putting it over there. What does it matter? Well, yeah, but where did you get it from? I got it from the closet. Well, which closet?
Alex says that
the one in the one in Lane's room.
Yes.
Well, why was it in there? Oh my gosh! And I'm like, just drop it. Oh, kids are what? Kids are coming
today, not Sydney.
Are the kids coming today? Is what she's asking. Oh,
well,
gotcha.
Even the other day, Alex tried to bait me. He looks at me. He goes,
"Oh no."
He goes, "Mom." He goes, "I'm not a turd." I was like, "Okay," and he's like, "I'm not a turd." I was like, good for you.
I feel like Alex likes to state facts. He does.
Oh.
Well, okay. Yes, here's a prime example. Yesterday, they heard the ice cream truck. Listen, we need to talk about that ice cream truck.
Get out of the neighborhood, man. Leave it alone.
They think every single time they hear those chimes, oh my gosh. And they're like, I hate to compare them to an animal, but like the dogs when they hear the whistle and stuff or the bell and they're like, oh my gosh, ice cream truck, ice cream. And it adds up.
Yes, it does.
Oh my gosh.
$4 a piece.
Yes, because I think one time it was for two things, it was $9. And I'm like, okay, this is insane.
Yeah.
And so we treat them every now and then. But yesterday they were like, oh my gosh, the ice cream truck. I'm like, no. And I'm like, no. But luckily I had some bomb pops in the freezer.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I gave them all a bomb pop and I said, go outside. I had them take off their shirts and I said, go outside and whatever. So Alex comes back in and he's kind of like wandering around, meandering. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, and I said, did you throw your stick away? And he goes, yeah. And he's just like looking around and I go, what's wrong? And he goes, I just want to say, I didn't get ice cream last time when the truck came through. Mom said I would get it this time. So I just want that to be known. I was like, okay. And I said, but you just had a bomb pop. He's like, I know. I'm just saying I didn't get it last time. So I was supposed to get it this time. And I go, well, maybe next time, but we'll have to talk to your mom about it. But he was just like, he just wanted to state that fact.
They also had an ice cream sandwich at lunch.
Oh my gosh. See if I would have known that. I know. And then Parker finishes his taco last night and then he goes, dessert? And I'm like, listen, you already had a bomb pop, and for their snack, don't kill me, but I gave them cereal because I'm like, I need to replenish my pantry.
Okay.
They came in the pantry and they go, can we have a snack? And I have like 25 boxes of cereal, and they're probably all stale.
They had donuts and mini cinnamon rolls for breakfast.
And then they had Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops for
ice cream
sandwich
and pizza rolls at lunch.
Wow.
We just won the Mom Award.
Yes, we did.
No wonder Alex is like last night, like they didn't go to sleep till after 10, and they were all just like.
See, Parker, it was a little bit after 8:30. His bedtime's 8:30. Phil got a phone call, and it was Phil's turn to put him to bed. We take turns, and so Phil took the phone call, and Parker's like laying in bed, and then finally Phil said that he got sick of it, and he goes, "Dad, I want to go to sleep. Get off the phone." But it's like, dude, just go to sleep. But he has his routine, and it's like, okay, we got to brush our teeth, and then we got to say our prayers, and then and so if we don't do the routine, he like refuses to go to sleep.
That's the boys. That's the boys.
So, anyways,
melatonin.
But we didn't. I don't even think I gave him a gummy last night. He was out of it. But right before
nighttime gummies.
That's what we do too. Yes, but we did a thing for church.
Little do you know,
these are so cute. We did these little crafts for church for VBS. Did you see those bags sitting there?
I saw the bags. But
I grabbed 2, and I was like, I wanted to grab more because I love arts and crafts. But they're just little paper plates, and you like staple them together, and they turn into cacti. And Parker's been having a blast making those. And then also I had him color some cactus. There was like some color sheets or whatever, and they said color the cacti whatever color you want and cut them out and then bring them back to the church, and then they'll use them for decoration. So I was gonna say last night he was coloring, and I think he had a show on or something. He's been watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know. He loves it. He loves it.
I never liked that movie. I always thought it was just absolutely creepy.
Same.
Like, no thanks.
Parker loves it though, and so he'll watch it on his tablet. And so he just has it, like on in the background, and was coloring. And I think that's what calmed him down and like made him. And he had 2 full tacos. Like, because he finished one, and then he goes, "Can I have another?" And I was like, "You're not going to eat another one." He's like, "No, I'm serious. I want another one." So I gave him another one.
They played all day.
Holy cow. He walked over there, and I said, "Okay, this is the first. Like, you have never eaten 2 full tacos
you
before."
guys use the
like the flour shells or whatever, and then I roll them up. Yeah, he was.
Make some tacos.
So his belly was full, and he had played outside all day, and then was coloring, and it was like the perfect combination. And he was like, out of it. And then he got upset because we were up this morning trying to get the yard sale stuff ready, and he like opens up the garage door, and we're all out there. I say we're all because my mom came over, and he's like, "Why didn't you wake me up?" But his eyes are so puffy. And I was like, "Honey, I wasn't going to wake you up. Are you kidding me?" Buddy. So they're going to sleep good this summer with the outside and all that stuff. Yeah.
We just get past this rain.
Yeah, I know. But I think today and tomorrow is going to be gorgeous. And then I have to go to Tulsa on Sunday.
On Sunday?
Yes, because we're doing pictures for my job and everything. And so it's just like an up and back trip. So we'll see how it goes. We'll talk about, let's talk about your makeup really fast. And then
that's fine. I was actually looking to see if I had any more people in the group.
Oh, gotcha.
No, but I started selling for a makeup company.
What's it called?
It's called Saint Beauty.
Saint, okay.
Totally out of my comfort zone.
I thought it was Scent.
When I first started using the makeup last April, so a year ago, I called it like Scent.
Yeah.
And then
because it's like SCIENT.
Yeah, and I'm like
Scent, but it's Saint.
Yes.
I would have never guessed that.
I love it.
I thought it was Scent.
And I was just like, you know what?
It looks so pretty.
I need to change, and it's really affordable.
Okay.
Like for $110 for like your main like foundation, it's $11.
Oh, nice.
So it's not, and it lasts you because a little bit goes a long way. Like since last year, I think I've only had to get my main shade one more time.
Nice.
And I use it.
Wow.
I haven't had to change out the contour color. I've gotten I emptied out my illuminator because I love the illuminator. Haven't had to change out my bronzer.
That's crazy.
And
so on the same one all year, like, wow. Yeah. But you don't wear it every day.
I would say I wear it a little bit most days. There are a couple days where I won't wear it.
But that would be like me though, because I like work from home. So I don't like put a full face of makeup on every day.
Yeah, it's so light.
That's awesome. Because I'm a CC cream kind of girl. I just like pop it on, because it's got a little bit of sunscreen in it and stuff. And then
last year the big thing with it was if you take a little bit of like your moisturizer, like a lotion moisturizer or sunscreen,
yes,
you put a little bit of your main shade in it, swirled around.
There you go.
And then you just put it all over so you have a tiny bit of coverage. And then I would just put a little bit of bronzer on.
Why did I never think of mixing it? Because I always put my SPF on. I have like a sheer SPF first, and then I put my CC cream on. And then I actually have like a powdered SPF that sometimes if I know I'm going to be like out in the sun all day, today might be a good day to put like 3 layers on.
Probably.
But yeah, so that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
so if anyone's
color matches in 2 days.
Dang.
I know. I was actually like,
That's awesome.
like, this
Oh, you got nervous about it?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're not good. I'm not. You
No,
don't feel
I'm
confident yet?
learning. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
learning how to color match.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
that's
had
what
to
you
do that.
You put in your color match form, and then I take your selfie because you do it in like front of a window, and then I color match
Okay.
for you.
That's awesome.
But it's like it's like.
Well, I don't know how I would do a digital color match, but whenever I worked like in a spa, we always had to like color match people, you know. But it's nerve wracking because you're like, well, I don't want to give them the wrong color.
Exactly. So
you
we
know?
have like a group where just for color matches. So you send in the selfie,
Okay.
and then they all kind of comment like what they think.
Oh.
And it's one of those things where if you feel confident and you're like they're wrong, like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Or if you're like, ooh, I'm between these two colors, and then 3 people say one of those colors, you can kind of think, okay,
Yeah.
we're probably.
And then you just learn as you go.
Yes.
And then now you're going to be a pro, and then people are gonna, and then you're gonna just like look at someone and go, oh, I know what shade you are.
I do need to practice on someone.
Hey, girl, look at this face. I put my sheer SPF on, but I didn't put any color on today, and I could use
But
some
you
help.
know what? Your lashes.
I know,
Your
aren't they?
lashes really just make all the difference.
I know. I am getting used to them, but at the same time, I still don't know how I feel about them, and I am dying to like itch my eye.
That's my thing.
Oh,
with my allergies,
I know.
I would be rubbing them off all day long.
I try to like if my nail, and I try to go ever so subtly, but then like 3 lashes fall out, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, see, no,
And
I
I'm a
couldn't
heavy
do that.
sleeper, and sometimes I sleep on my side, and then it like smashes into my pillow. And anyways, they are a lot of work, but it's nice. You can just like get up and like slap some CC cream on or some foundation,
Yeah.
and then you're out the door.
Well, you don't have to put mascara on.
I know it takes forever.
That
Mascara
me,
takes
like, half the
forever.
time.
I know.
Like I do my face in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, hello, my little CC cream. I just go, and then
Yeah, like
I
I'm
mean,
done
it takes
in 3
30
minutes,
seconds,
and then
and
I'm
then-
like this.
yeah.
I'm like,
I know.
oh,
That's
they're
why I
coming
never wear
They're
mascara.
coming together.
Yep. That's why I never wear mascara, because I'm like, it takes too long.
But I did sign up to be an ambassador for the nails.
Okay.
And in my kit, they have eyelashes and mascara. So I tried their mascara today.
Yes.
And then I'm going to try the eyelashes, which I don't ever put on fake eyelashes. So we'll see what happens.
So now you're doing Beachbody, Saint, and then now what's your nails called? Red?
Called Red Aspen.
Red
These
Aspen.
have been on for 2 weeks.
That's crazy. I peeled my pink ones off.
Like literally 2 weeks.
That's good. And they look really good.
Yeah, this one is chipped a tiny bit.
I don't
because,
understand.
it's-
Do your nails not grow?
They
because
do. You can see under them.
barely? No, I'm saying like at the cuticle.
So
it would like
you
make
push
its
the
way
cuticle
out.
back a little bit. See, here's the thing. These are all longer now.
Oh, okay.
So it's obviously growing.
They've
It's
grown.
just for some reason.
But I'm just
it
saying your
doesn't
cuticles,
look-
it doesn't look like they
Yeah,
grow. You know,
but they are.
Because you know, whenever you
see-
get shellac or acrylic or whatever, and you can tell dip or whatever, you can tell when they start to grow out.
These don't, like, I don't know what it is. They just don't.
Weird.
I know.
They look really good.
But I can see my
Yeah.
nail under it. So it's obviously growing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to eat something.
Okay. On that note.
On that note,
Yeah.
have a wonderful weekend.
Yes. Have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend, and go out and do some shopping and
Good.
buy all of our stuff that
But
we want to
enjoy
get
the
out of our
sunshine
house, and enjoy the sunshine.
before it starts raining.
And stop by Time to Loaf today for their open house.
Or go over to the coffee shop. We'll come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Go to story time. Have a good weekend.
Bye.